Welcome to BossUp Babes, helping babes show up, boss up, and thrive. With #1 best-selling author, global influencer, and ultimate boss babe, Karissa Adkins. Karissa is a health and wellness expert and CEO of the 365 Daily Hustle, here to help mompreneurs and career-focused women boss up and reclaim their healthiest life. She is a pro at cutting through the BS and inspiring massive breakthroughs that help women create healthy routines and habits that facilitate personal and professional growth. Are you ready to reclaim your best life, take action, and be a badass boss babe? Let's get to it.
What up, everyone? Welcome to another awesome episode of BossUp Babes. I am your host, Karissa Adkins, the #1 mindset and health expert, helping women 10x their life by 10xing their habits, their routines. And really, I help women boss up and get healthy and wealthy. And that's what I love to do. I have both of those passions, both of those areas of expertise. So why not get healthy and wealthy in 2023? If that is you, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to, just kind of hop on a quick call with you and chit chat about those goals and those challenges that you're facing. Then if I feel that we'd be a good fit, I'll definitely let you in on the secret sauce on how you can get healthy and wealthy. So ladies, you know, I'm a personal development junkie, and I know most of you are too, right? That's why you listen to these shows, is I deliver no bullshit strategies and approaches and tips on how you can boss up and really level up in your life. So grab your pen and paper, because today we are talking all about why and how women can step into their purpose. We're also going to dive in and talk about how living your best life, no matter what, will set you up for success, and how to go for it, even though you don't see the whole picture. I know as ladies, we want to see the full plan of action. We want the full business plan. We want the full health guide, like everything, the how-tos. But I'm telling you, that's not always the case. Yes, it's important, but we're going to dive in on what's really important here. And then today we are also diving in on all things related to stepping away from fear and having faith, so that you can be really comfortable in your own greatness. And I've got the amazing Dawn Benjamin on the show with me today. So before I bring her on, a little mini life update. All right, I kind of think that this is appropriate, especially for our guest today. So I'm getting ready to fly out next week to go to Omaha, Nebraska, my old stomping ground. Shout out to Omaha, Nebraska. But no, for real, you ladies, I'm going. There's about 200 women going to an event called Live Your Why. And it's an honor to be their keynote. I get to wrap up the end of the day, really motivate the crap out of them, inspire them to take major action. I'm going to give them all a little book. Don't tell anyone. It's not a little one. It is a best-selling international book. But yeah, I thought it would be really appropriate if I just kind of shared, a little bit about my why. Because it is my purpose. I live, eat, and breathe my purpose. I'm on a mission to help 1 million women boss up their bodies, their lifestyles, their mindsets, and their bank accounts. And if you ask anyone, right, like I always ask them, like, why do you do what you do? Why are you passionate about that? Why are you still doing something that you don't like doing? Like, I'm just a curious woman. And when I ask myself, Karissa, why do you do this? Why do you do this work? Why do you travel all over the world? Why do you coach amazing women and clients? Like, why? And it all comes down to, I don't ever want any woman to feel like she's stuck in some kind of nasty rut and can't get out of it, whether that's with your finances, your business, your health, your relationships. Like, Lord knows I've been through all of those challenges myself. And it's because I've gone through all of those challenges is why I have so much passion for helping women boss up their entire life, honestly. So I'm excited to travel and get to take my whole crew, my family. And this is really my last time that I get to speak this year in front of my husband. He loves going and rooting me on in the back. Sometimes like I can see him and I'm like, calm down, baby. But he is my protector, and he loves sitting there and rooting me on. But he's getting ready to leave, as you guys know, for a 12-month tour to an undisclosed place. If I told you, I'd have to kill all of you. Just kidding, free from that. But anyways, yeah, he is leaving. He's active duty, you guys. So this will be a special event for me to be able to speak one last time in 2023 for him. So it'll be kind of fun. So yeah, with that, let me bring on my fantastic guest today. Her name is Dawn Benjamin. And a few words that describe Dawn are love, compassion, laughter, comfort, and loyal. And I'm also going to add a few more because she's a feisty, fierce, badass queen who's out there doing the damn thing, like literally. So I just, I met Dawn. I was inspired by her. I love her energy. I love her passion for what she does. I love her mission in life. So with that, I'm going to bring on the amazing Dawn Benjamin. Dawn, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Karissa. I was like, who is she talking to? Oh my God. Again. Okay.
Yes, I'm talking to you. Yes. You're the queen that I'm talking to. I just love that we get to hang out so much.
Absolutely.
Literally. And everyone, every single, whether it's a client or a business professional, anyone I send your way, Dawn, I always get a message back that says, oh my gosh, I love that woman. And I'm like, right? Like, she's like this right now. She's this secret, this beautiful secret sauce that everyone needs to try. And so that's why I wanted to definitely have you on the show. So Dawn, you a boss up babe. You've been through some stuff. We all as women, we constantly go through stuff, but yet you always have this unwavering sense of like who you are. It's a beautiful thing. But I know you didn't come out of the womb as this powerful queen. So tell us a little bit about, a time in your life where you really had to boss up, where you had to take some courageous action, dive in and, really get in there and just grow through those challenges. What's like one specific story that you could share with us today?
One specific story. Well, let's put it this way. I was laid off about 4 times, right? And I could not figure out why. I mean, I did everything I was supposed to do. You go to school, you get your degree, but I had a son. And I said, okay, this is it. I'm going to lose my house. Okay. I'm getting the papers for foreclosure. Okay. My son was in Catholic school. I was pulling him out. And so it seemed like everything was coming at me at one time. And I was like, you know what, God, where are you? I mean, what is this about? I'll never forget this. I got on my knees and I prayed. I said, God, I need A, B, C, D, E. I had no other choice. I done went every place else. Where can I go to get some help with the food and this? Everything. Couldn't ask family. I mean, how could you ask your family? Do me a favor. Can you help me pay my mortgage? You know what I'm saying? And so I went out that day and I took a walk and I said, you know what? I got to keep my mind right. Otherwise I'm going to lose my mind. And I'm dead serious. I'm going to lose it. And so I walked up the block and I saw a friend of mine. She called me. I said, hey, how you doing? She says, listen, I said, is this you? She said, she just opened up a gym. And I said, oh, that's nice. Oh my God, that's fabulous. And she says, why don't you come in and join? I said, oh, not right now. She said, listen, it's free. It's a free week. So I went in for a week, had a little raffle and I was getting ready to leave. And she says, Dawn, you won. I said, I won what? She said, you won a whole year of free gym. I said, are you kidding? Honestly, that's what I needed for this. I was gonna lose. I can cry. I was gonna lose my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the money coming from? I changed everything, and once that happened, a week later, I got an offer for a job. Yeah, and I said, you know what, God, this is it. After this is when I do what you destined me to do. And that's when I started my company.
I love that. I love that. You guys, you all know my health story. I was saved in a gym. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel like I belonged. I was like, this is not my place. Who am I to come in here and work out? Like, I felt like I had to be fit. And I was depressed and I was obese and all this negative stuff. And I found, my life back in my gym. So I absolutely totally resonate with you on that one. So what would be, there's so many golden nuggets in there that we could totally dive into. And that's how you started your business. That's how you got into it. So tell us a little bit about what you do, who you help, and why you do it.
Well, I'm gonna say you sometimes you have to niche it down, right?
Absolutely.
You don't want to say you help all women,
Yeah.
but I can say that I help women that have that sense that they're not worthy, that they don't believe in themselves and the ability that's within them. I think we all have a purpose, but a lot of us actually, Karissa, don't think that we have anything to offer to this world.
Right.
You know, and so I can say I like to say I reach the believers, and that's broad.
Yeah,
That's very broad. But I niche it down and say I try and do faith-based women, and most women have faith.
sure.
But there's a lot of people that have faith and don't believe in a damn thing, Karissa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a
Oh,
lot
I
of
believe.
women
Now,
who
I'm
have,
gonna say this,
have
and I
faith and have lost their way. Right. I mean,
yes, yes.
all
And
the
I
time.
tease people because there's a lot of women that are, and you know, sometimes I get flack, but you got to be true to yourself. And I tease them all the time. You know, you go to church, hallelujah, oh thank you Jesus, but then you don't believe a word that you're saying. Come on now, for really, you don't.
Yeah.
You have no faith and no belief.
Yeah.
So those are the women that actually come to me.
Do you,
know,
so
so,
how do you help them find their way? How do you help them start to believe in themselves? Because as women, all they need to believe is that like you're going to be the woman who's going to help them go from like the dark to the light. But like, how do you help them? Do you have like a coaching program? Like, how do you help these women?
You know, one of the things we talked about last year was coaching and mentorship. And these women told me what I was. I was using the word spiritual life coach. They told me they were looking for a mentor, and that was me. They told me who I was. So I changed it to spiritual life mentor.
I love that.
And so one of the things that's very important that I do when I speak to women is I tell them, not only am I your friend, you know, that you can come and talk to me, but the important thing is when you get up in the morning that you have a way to identify with yourself and your creator. That's very important how you start your morning. Because if you go out here and you have no protection, your mind is open to all kinds of things that come your way, you'll get lost. You're living in struggle.
Tell me about, sorry, let me pause right there. Tell me about Dawn's morning routine. How do you start your day?
So honestly, to Karissa, when I get out the bed, I roll out the bed, put my feet out, I stretch. I have no lie. I do stretch while I'm in the bed. The first thing I do when I get out the bed is I go to my desk and I write what I'm grateful for. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two. Sometimes I can't stop and the tears be rolling down my eyes. After I do my grateful, okay, TMI, go in bed, brush my teeth, do what I have to do in the bathroom. But I also have an affirmation on my mirror that I read. I go downstairs, I make my tea, I get on my knees and I pray. And I pray outside the window. Open my window and I pray. I said, whoever sees me, sees me. That's on you. I'm doing what I need to do for my spiritual self.
Yeah.
You know, they might think, oh, what's wrong with doing bending on? Don't matter. Then I go back upstairs and I read a couple of various affirmations. I read a little bit of my Bible. I read a little bit of scriptures. And then I do my
your EFT
rinse and repeat my EFT.
I love it. You know, I'm a big believer in like EFT tapping and meditation. So I laugh, makes me my heart is happy. Yes.
And then I lay down my meditation and I warm my car up and I go to the gym.
Feel your soul, feel your body.
Yes. And I feel so good. I do. You know, when I watch your things, and it's so inspiring. You know, as women, we need to find something that inspires us. We really, really do. because you get lost, things come in your thoughts, take you places you don't want to go. We need that. So spiritual, that morning ritual in the morning for women is very important.
Yeah.
Start your day.
I love that. I love that. So you, through your own journey, you found your purpose, right? You found your power. So how can other women also find their purpose? Like, how would you encourage women? Like, A, why do women need to find their purpose in life? And B, can that change, right? Can your purpose change? Do you believe in that? And then why is it so important? Like, more, I guess, give them the how, right? So if someone's thinking, I don't know what my purpose is in life, how can they start to find that?
You know what? The first thing I'm going to say about your purpose, I honestly believe that each and every one of us has one. I don't think that we're just here. I think you are created for purpose. And is it easy or hard to find your purpose? I didn't find I'll be honest. I'm lying. When I was young, there was something that I knew was in me.
Yeah.
I did not know for sure what it was until I started reading about different things. I mean, I tried nursing, real estate. I was going to be executive producer in the movies. You know, and I started doing all these things. This one gentleman, when I was leaving a job, wrote in a book, a blank book, and he says, it's a song by Leanne Rimes. When you get the chance to do, I forgot, you're supposed to dance in the rain.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Remember that, Leanne Rimes? And he says, you have, sorry.
You're good.
He said, I see so much in you. You're not destined to work in the office. Your personality is too big.
Yes. Yes.
And then I said, wow, you know, and I never forgot that. And I took that with me and I ran. Sometimes people tell you who you are, but it's not other people that's telling you. It's actually God telling you, and it's coming through someone else. It doesn't always, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't always come, you are a coach, Karissa. You know, and that's God speaking. Yeah. It could come in a song. It could come, you're listening to something else and you hear it, it's spoken to you, but it's spoken in different ways.
Yeah. We
just have to be in tune to it. So ladies, you know, your purpose is already in you. You have to ask your creator. Like I said, he's not going to say, Dawn, you're a spiritual life coach. I denied coaching. Yes.
So
I denied it because
this is it. This is it.
You know, but you know what, too, ladies, if you don't go out and do something, a lot of us, to find your purpose, you have to go and step out of your comfort zone to find out what it is. Like I said, I tried real estate, executive producer, I was bookkeeping, doing account. None of that was me. But at least I went out to see what else is out there. Yeah. And that's how you find who you are. You got to get out there. Don't be afraid. Of course you're going to fail. Sometimes you fail. Absolutely. Absolutely. Failure is the gift.
Yes, I do believe that. In fact, that I used to have conversations with my kids back when they were littler. I would always say, okay, now what did you fail at today? And it was just the reframe. I wanted to always offer them this reframe of like, failure isn't bad because there's lessons in there. So they may be like, oh, I didn't do so good on my homework assignment. And I'd be like, okay, so what can you learn from this? Right? That's the turnaround. And then they'd be like, well, I guess I should have studied like you told me to, Mom. And I'm like, yes, you're right. Or whatever it is. Right. But I don't see failure as a bad thing. I see failure as a way to like step into something greater. And I feel that a lot of entrepreneurs like fear failure instead of, you know, like fearing, like of just being excited to step in this, like, oh, this is scary. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm cool. I'm totally cool with it. Right. So it's like,
do it.
Just do it.
Do it scared. I mean, if you hear it so much from other people, how do they get to be successful? I mean, we all know I love the Tony Robbins and the Joel Osteen and the TD Jakes. I love all them, but they all failed.
Yes.
Come on.
success, y'all. They failed their way to
Yes.
success. What would be like a tip for a woman who's like, she knows, I knew, right? I definitely am grateful that I found my purpose at such a young age. I was like, oh, thank God I didn't have to get to like 50, or 40 or 60 or whatever, right? Like I knew at 28 years old, I was in my corporate job and I was like, I am meant for more, right? And so many of my mentors and my leadership, like they're like, Karissa, like you have big energy, same thing, right? Like you are meant for more. We just don't know what that is yet. I'm like, cool, I'm okay to just sit and wait for a sign. I'm okay to cool with that. But I knew I was meant for more. And someone like me, we just don't sit on like that. Oh, I'm just meant for more. Okay. Like we go out and seek it. I'm like, let me try this. Let me try, just like you. So if someone feels that they're meant for more, like let's just pretend that this woman calls you up and she says, I know I'm meant for more. How can I step into the fear and into the unknown and start doing it, right? Because that's easier said than done. Just do it. That's way easier said than done. So what advice would you give the woman who's like, I have a lot of fear and I don't know how to like make that step? Take the lead.
Take the lead. Take my hand.
That would be your advice. Take my hand. I'll get you there.
First, take my hand. No, but that's a joke. But yeah. To step out, right? Number one thing, and I honestly mean this, you got to take a hand. You got to step out there. It's frightening. It's like, when we was playing jump rope and you're ready to jump in, right? And you're at the tip and it's especially if you're scared to jump in the rope because you don't want to jump but you teeter-totter. It's just like, sitting on the bleachers waiting to get in a game. And you're waiting, you're anticipating because you're going to be good. It's the same thing. It's the same feeling. I think we all know inside what's inside of us. The thing is, it's that fear. It's that somebody told me something else that what fear was. I can't remember the acronym that they used for it, but it wasn't false evidence acting real. It was something like faking and believing that something is not there, and it's not there. It's all up in here. Yeah. So I would tell any woman, first thing to do is to just try or call someone, really. If you need mentoring, if you need coaching, find someone who's already doing it. Talk to someone. Because what we're going to do, if you're going to stay stagnant, you'll never move. You'll be in the same place. We're already in 2023. We're getting ready to end January. Step out, ask for help, go for it. Of course, it's scary. Of course. I stood up in front of an audience one day and I said to myself, nothing's going to come out, but something came out of my mouth. And even if it didn't, listen, I got up and stood there.
And you didn't die. Yeah. And you That's funny you bring up, like fear comes up because I literally just got done with it's a 2-hour coaching call with my coach. And, and anywhere I want to go, I'm like, who's already doing it? Who inspires me? So great advice you're giving them. So when you're looking for a mentor or a coach or just a friend, right, that you're trying to go from here, from like A to B, when you're looking for B, make sure that they've already crushed A, right? They're not struggling in the A either. Like they're already 10 times ahead of you. And so I just got off a group coaching call with my coach, and today's whole theme was you're living in either two states of life, you're living in either two states, right? In life and business, you're in fear or you're in love, right? You're in like this track of fear or you're in the track of love. And he said, if you're in fear, how do you know? It's when you worry, when you catch yourself, worried about the uncertainty, when you're sad, when you doubt, when you have envy, when you're jealous, when you find yourself comparing yourself to others in your journey, whatever it is, like you are living in the track of fear. And then the track of love, obviously, is connection, it's openness, it's inviting, it's building, it's abundance. And so he asked all of us, how can you function if you're functioning in fear? And at first I was like, oh, I don't function in fear. Like, I don't know, that's me. That was my first reaction. I was like, oh, no. I act in all of love. And then I started really thinking about it. I'm like, no, I've got some uncertainty in my life, whether it's my relationships or my business or my clients or myself, right? So I had to first then get really real with myself. I was like, all right, who you lying to, right? Like that's a bunch of crap, Karissa. Sometimes you catch yourself living in the track of fear. But he said, like, how can you grow your business? Like, you can grow your business if there's some part of your business or your life that you're in living in fear. How can you turn it around and make it about love? Right. So how can you turn it around and make it about connection and invitation and abundance and trust and faith? And so it's just kind of interesting. He brought that up literally today about 40 minutes ago. And then here you're talking about, don't live in fear, ask for help, right? How cool is that? Oh, goodness. So yes. So I know you live in your best life. Like you have tons. I just know women who are, right? I mean, you get on the phone with someone and you just feel their energy. You're like, I want what she's having times 2, please. So
Hello.
Yeah. So living your best life, no matter what advice would you give a woman? Besides, like that is advice. Go live your best life, no matter what. But what are some strategies you could give her so that she could start living a better life for herself?
I'm gonna start with number one. Make sure you have yourself a morning ritual. Definitely have a morning ritual to live your best life. If you don't make a plan, you plan to fail. So make sure you have some kind of plan. No goal. I said a plan. And make sure you pray about it and talk about it. Don't keep it to yourself. Put it out there in the universe.
Yes.
Okay. When you keep it to yourself, nobody hears you. Not even the universe. But when you talk, right? When you talk about it, it becomes real.
I love that. Dawn, thank you so much for being such a beautiful guest on the show today. You guys, golden nuggets sprinkled throughout the show, but those last 3 were like mic drops if I've ever heard them. I freaking love that. So ladies, if you're looking to, find your purpose, to live a better life with faith and trust, if you're looking for that hand to reach out to, I know Dawn would be happy to take you up and to say, girl, I got your back until you can start believing in yourself. Definitely reach out to her. All of her contact information is below. And if you are looking to boss up your mindset and your health in 2023, impact-driven lady bosses hire me to help them boss up their bodies, their mindsets, and their businesses. So if you're looking to lose some weight, get healthy, feel confident, or worthy of great things, please book that 15-minute clarity call with me today. And with that, I hope to see you all back here next week for another powerful episode of BossUp Babes.
Thank you for listening to BossUp Babes with Karissa Adkins, bringing you tangible tips and expert coaching advice to help you boss up and get healthy. Tune in every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com for interviews with industry leaders and powerhouse boss babes that will empower you to take action and live your best life. If you're ready to boss up and work with Karissa in one of her transformative group coaching programs, visit 365dailyhustle.com.